you. Now, if you are watching the amount of fat in your diet, the first thing to avoid, of course, are desserts, or that's how it used to be. But Sue Kreitzman is here and she has got a low-fat tiramisu.
It really is true.
There is such a thing in the world.
Well, traditional tiramisu has to be one of the most dangerous and fattening desserts in the world. A serving, just a normal serving, has 600 calories and 40 grams of fat.
Well,
I mean, you might as well just butter your arteries or smear it all over here, because that's where it's going immediately. So the idea is to bring down the fat, but keep it fabulous. I think this is even better because it doesn't have that cloying nature.
Right.
So you start with sponge fingers. This is the same for the traditional and for my version.
Okay.
Sponge fingers, actually a low-fat biscuit.
Oh, really?
And you line
it's got sugary on it, it's fine.
It's got sugar in it, but we're not watching sugar at this point. We're watching fat. Yes,
absolutely.
Fat makes all the difference in the world. So these are low-fat. So you put those in a baking dish. And traditional tiramisu, you usually put a mixture of coffee and something like Tia Maria, which is fine. But this is a fresher version. So I'm using orange juice mixed with a little orange liqueur and real vanilla essence extract, real vanilla extract. So you pour that over, and you want them to be really soggy. So you turn them around. I've made one earlier because you have to make it ahead of time. It's hidden under there because you want it really soggy. I think not as much as I had when I walked in here this morning. So you let that soak for a while. The biscuits will soak up all of that. We're not going to have time to let that happen. Now the next step is the wonderful, outrageous, creamy topping.
Yes, how have you done that?
Now in the traditional, it's mascarpone cheese, which is 80% fat, plus whipped cream, plus raw egg yolks, plus raw egg whites, plus I don't know what. I mean, really, you might as well just lie down and die and forget about it. So what I've done is use two different things instead. I use ricotta cheese, which is a wonderful, fresh, creamy cheese, like mascarpone, but without the fat. Now, traditionalists out there are screaming, "Oh, what is that woman doing?" But trust me, this is really going to be okay. You use the ricotta, which is 13% fat, and you mix it with quark.
Quark?
What is quark,
you say? Quark, I say?
It's quark. Sounds like the cry of a drunken duck. Quark. It's no-fat curd cheese, very smooth, not like cottage cheese, which is lumpy, and you know you're on a diet. It's nothing like that. It's very, very smooth. And when you mix the two together in the food processor, you get this. Now, I sweeten it with orange shred marmalade instead of sugar. Not that there's any difference health-wise. Sugar is sugar. This is just a kind of a form of sugar.
Just make it taste
but
better?
It gives it that zesty taste. And I also put in a little Cointreau and a little vanilla. And then you slather that on top of your soggy biscuits.
And can you really go for it with this? You can put quite a lot.
You want to put quite a lot. And this is actually very healthy because you get your calcium, you get your protein. I hate, when we're talking about delicious desserts, it's a little boring to start saying it's healthy, it has calcium, but it does. I can't help it. That's the way it is. So we put that on top, and then very, very important is the chocolate topping.
Oh yes. Now how are you going to get around that one then?
So you buy industrial strength chocolate. Look at this.
All right, okay.
This is serious, for serious chocoholics. It's 70% cocoa solids. The higher the cocoa solids, the lower the fat, and the less you need. So I grate that up.
So less is more
and I delicately fling it on top. And when it's finished, it looks like this. And you can see there's been nibbling going on here.
Somebody took that corner. Who could that have been?
Now, this was cooked yesterday. So the bottom is soggy.
Right, it was lovely.
It's supposed to be soggy.
Right.
The thing is, if you make it the day before or even 2 days ahead of time, you have to hide it in the back of the fridge. Opaque topping, label it Tripes in prune sauce.
Right, good idea.
So nobody will, otherwise when you want it, it's not there anymore.
So tell me, compared with sort of, if you like, ordinary tiramisu, you said that would have what, 600 calories or something?
600 calories, 40 grams of fat. This has, for a larger than this, a large portion is 200 calories and less than 8 grams of fat. And people so that is an unbelievable
I've already had a whole load, but I'll have more because it is really gorgeous.
I'm going to have some because I haven't had any yet. And don't tell me it's a compromise. It isn't a compromise. It's fabulous in its own right.
If you served that for folks, say you were having folk down for something to eat, if you served that to them, they would never know.
They would never know, no. And if you told them it was low fat, they'd assume you're lying. But I am a truthful woman. I never lie about things like this.
That's brilliant.
Excuse me while I have a little mouthful.
It really is. Sue, thank you so much. I'll tell you what, if you want all of the details for this recipe, all you have to do is dial up teletext on your telly, teletext page 643. There it is. And Sue's going to be here next week cooking up some more low-fat fast food, which is Absolutely brilliant.
Thank you.
My name's on that, don't anybody eat that. Okay. Oh, that was lovely. Mark Frieden. Mark Frieden, it's a man that...